the reason why we're here today, because we want to talk in how you can prepare in the best possible way. And what we're going to talk about is something everyone thinks about every now and then, but that we also see a lot of people forget or miss out on doing in an optimal way, which is optimizing your listing prior to the sales peak that will come super soon. And so we're talking about this right now because this is pretty much the last moment that you can still optimize your listing to get the best possible effects from that. So why that's the case, we'll explain to you in the next 15 minutes. And we'll have something very exciting at the end as well when we're done talking about this. So stay tuned. And yeah, that's what we're going to speak about today. So Chris, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about this because you're the expert. And I know we'll have a lot to share in the next 15 minutes on that. You're done with that?
Yep, let's do it. I'm ready to deliver dense value.
Let's do it. Sweet. So I already mentioned that we're here right now to talk about optimizing your listing and why that it's important right now. But can you explain to people why exactly right now, why today people should think about this? Why optimizing your listing right now today?
Yeah, this is the time to do it because we're just about to jump into the real holiday rush. Like when people say Q4, what they really mean is November. October is kind of still prep stage, but November and December is where all the action happens. And the listing has to get optimized before that. Not during that time, but before that time. One, because you want the Amazon algorithm to pick up the changes and see time for that effect to take place. Because indexing happens with like trailing 7, trailing 15, and trailing 30 averages of how you've been performing over the past 30 days with conversion and click-through rate. So you can't just optimize a day before Black Friday and expect that to have the effect. It needs to be a month before. So this is the time to do it right now. And especially before any promotions, any launches, any blasts that you're doing, the listing has to be optimized not the day before the launch, really. Ideally, it would be weeks before the launch, so you have time to get indexed before that happens.
Yep. Yeah, we've seen this from experience as well. And I think one thing I saw personally with a lot of sellers, what really helped them is optimizing now and then doing a launch or whatever promotion strategy to get you to the very top will help you then as well to stick, right? Because once you're at the top, you want to get that organic sales flow going to make sure that you stick up there. While some people who just find out they want to optimize much later, they actually already drop before they can implement their optimization.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a cost, and you may actually be too late.
Because a launch will work either way.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a trap that people run into because a launch works even if you don't have an optimized listing. But whether or not it's sticky and you maintain that success long term depends on your conversion rate more than anything else, your click-through rate and your conversion rate. So and both of those things are affected by an optimized listing. When it comes to the pictures, the title, the bullet points, the enhanced brand content, and the description mostly, and then also your top-voted reviews. Those are the main 6 things that you need to worry about. And we're going to touch on all of them in the next 10 minutes. So let's do it.
And I think one additional thing to it as well, which you as a seller I think know best, is how much time and effort you've put in, everything up to this moment. Like sourcing, like I say working with suppliers, logistics, annoying administrative stuff, all of that. Putting so much effort into getting your baby product like up there, and then to not have it being presented in the most optimal way. Kind of assuming that customers will know how good it is such a risk and such a shame as well. So, you kind of want to make sure that your product has
a tragedy.
Yeah, you want it to have the optimal exposure, and especially because you're so close now, you want to get that optimal presentation done. So, yeah, should we talk about some specifics here? You want to do that?
Let's do it. Yeah.
So, if I ask you what it means, an optimized listing, can you just break it down in parts, going from, you already said some title, bullets, one by one?
Yeah, totally. So, the first thing that somebody sees on your listing is the images of the listing. So that is like the initial click-through bait. And there's a science to that. It's really surprising how actually almost nobody tends to get this right. Even though it's the first thing that somebody sees, it is the digital representation of your product. But what you want in the images, we'll just touch on this very briefly, is you want one solo shot with a white background that maximizes the entire area of the square that you can use. The second one needs to be the product being used in the most common or most popular way, as determined by looking at competitors' reviews. The third picture is the major benefit that it's providing, and there should be some kind of graphic showing that, either a rendering or a cutaway or something like that. The fourth one should be the major features that you have that sets you apart from the other products. And again, this should be some kind of graphic. No, it's not just a picture. It should have a cutaway, a rendering, lines pointing to things and stuff like that. Then the next image, you want it to be a cut image that has actually 4 images in the image, and it should be 4 use cases. And those use cases will be the top use cases as determined by the competitor reviews or your own reviews or your keyword research. Then your final 2 pictures will be other use cases, but taking up the whole shot. Nobody really looks at these pictures anyway, to be honest, but you just want to have them in there because it helps you with indexing. So then, just going in order of importance, the next thing you want to worry about is the title. For the title, you want to start out with the #1 keyword that you want this product to rank for. That's just straight up, and it has to be right in the beginning. Don't start with your brand name. Start with the keyword and then say by brand name. So you're going to want to do anti-aging cream by My Creams, and then you say a very short description. So it should be primary keyword by your brand, dash, and then a very short description that's extremely densely packed with keywords. And these should all be the top keywords and use cases associated with your major keyword. So vitamin C serum for removal of wrinkles, you've got all the primary keywords there. And then dash, synonyms, so these will be the primary synonyms that are like the secondary keywords should be in there too. For removing fine lines from women faces or whatever. That's what you want your title to be. Dense keyword population actually tells what the product is, starts out with the keyword by brand, if you care about your brand, which you should. And then short description, keyword packed, and then dash, synonyms, keyword packed. That's what you want your title to be, straight up. No, it's a science. That's it. Just follow that rule and you're good. Next is the bullet points. So the way you structure the bullet points is, again, you want to look at what your competitors' customers are saying and what your customers are saying, if you have customers now, and you want to use their own language in the bullet points. So the whole thing about listing optimization is you're talking to 2 distinct different entities, and you have to talk to both of them simultaneously, and they both understand what you're writing in totally different ways. So it really is an art. People brush this aside, but listing optimization is like a craft. It's like a master craft that there are very few people who are very good at it, because it needs to speak to robots and it needs to speak to people. For the robots, you want to make sure that you're speaking well to the robots, telling them every correct keyword that you want it to be indexed for and in the right order of priority. And for the people, you want to be speaking to their pain or speaking to their passion, telling them why your product will solve their pain or speak to their passion and fuel their passion. And then after they've decided that your product will do that, then it comes down to telling them that why your specific product is better than another one that they would look at. So in the bullet points, you need to speak to both. So you're going to have your list of your primary keywords up in front of you. These keywords you're going to get, the best way to get them is from an automatic search campaign result, which is your sponsored product ad results from your PPC. That Excel file that you can export from Amazon, you want to order that in order of impressions and then subdivide that in order of click-through rate. And then you have your list of keywords that you want to hit from your automatic search term report. If you don't have access to that, that's fine. Do the exact same thing by just scanning through a ton of competitors' reviews, customer reviews, and use all their words and list them all out. You can also use tools like Merchant Words, AMZ Tracker, Seller.tools. These tools will help you with that as well, especially Merchant Words will provide a bunch of keywords for you. Google Keyword Planner is also good. So you have your list of keywords in front of you, and then you list out your benefits and your features, and then X factors like a warranty or something that sets you apart that nobody else has that you really want to highlight. And then you write out your listing with those keywords, speaking to all of those benefits and all of that passion or that pain point by point. And you want to start with the most popular one and go down. So the first bullet point should be the most popular pain or passion point that you're speaking to from all the reviews you've reviewed. And then you just go down the list removes wrinkles, removes fine lines, and you're packing it with keywords the entire time, making sure that you're speaking to the passion and pain points of the customer and the robots. And that's how you do the bullets all the way down. The very last bullet, most people use as kind of just keyword dumping. So the last one maybe doesn't even have to make that much sense. You just want to pack as many keywords in there really as possible. The bullet points are indexed more than the description. Some people even hypothesize that the description isn't indexed at all. We found that to not be the case, but it at least may not be indexed as strongly. So that's what you do for the bullet points. In the description, the number one thing you want to do is have enhanced brand content generated for you. That is definitely the most important. Beyond that, you want the description to basically dive into the details and tell a little bit of the story. So you want to mention your brand and the company and why you guys are unique. Because by the time people have gotten down here, they're likely already sold. You just need to sold emotionally. You really need to sell them like intellectually now, because they want to buy by this point. So you need to their emotional brain wants to buy. You need to convince their intellectual brain that it's a good idea. So at this point, you can speak like more practically and also more visionary when it comes to your brand and like your specific product, like the quality behind the manufacturing. You can tell story behind that. I always love the story of, I can't remember if it's Coors or it was Budweiser, but they ran a TV ad that was all about how like their beer was made with pure water and hops and barley, and it showed all the shots of that. Well, that's how all beer is made. Yeah, they just went through it and made it look really sexy. You can do the exact same thing with your product.
Yeah.
And that's that. Then finally, the very last thing that you want to worry about is the top voted reviews. And so you look at the reviews of the listing. And if you have any negative reviews top voted, you have to do something about that. I'm not going to get into what you should do because that may sit in the gray area of Amazon's terms of service, but you do not want 3 or less stars reviews top voted in your listing. That will smash your conversion rate in a bad way.
Right. Cool. So that was indeed very dense, and I'm pretty sure that maybe some people need to like rewatch this to get everything of it. But at the same time, so I already promised you guys who are watching now that at the very end of this video, we would be having something exciting. So basically everything that Chris was mentioning before is something that you can do by yourself. And we told you already why it's important right now, because the sales peak is coming up and you don't want to lose any time. We can also do this for you. So we can also optimize listings for you at Judolaunch in any of the Amazon languages that you want. So it can be either in English, whatever our language, Japanese, German, French, whatever it is really. And so you can spend a lot of time doing this by yourself and learning how to do it, or we can do it for you in under 2 hours, 2 days, 48 hours. Any listing you have, we can optimize it following the points that Chris mentioned: title, bullet points, description. So we can do all of that. And Chris, can you tell us what we have in place for these people? Because we always do this, but right now we have a special promotion.
Yeah, so for anybody watching this video, we have a limited number of slots to allow you to get a listing optimization from us at Judo Listing Optimized for 30% off. So we have a limited number of these. This is a obvious scarcity ploy, but it's actually true because we're basically cutting out our margins as a company here to allow companies to see success in Q4, because we, of course, want to be associated with companies that are successful. It's a virtuous cycle. So yeah, it's first come, first serve. Whoever gets there first gets the optimized listing.
Yeah, that's right. So you can send over your details, basically your request to hello@judolaunch.com. That's hello@judolaunch.com, and you will get your personalized discount code that you can apply on our website and purchase as many optimizations at 30% off as you want in this one-time order. It doesn't work in conjunction with other promotions, obviously, but you can buy a really big package for whatever brand size you have. 30% off on all our optimizations starts tomorrow, right, Chris? It will be up there from Wednesday to Friday. And as I said, you can get your discount code by sending an email to hello@judolaunch.com. So Chris, can you tell us as well about the video and photo creation that we now have at Judolaunch, which is separate from this optimization service?
Yeah, so we just launched the ability to create videos and photos of the product. So now we have the entire package. So if you need like everything optimized and done, we can do it all. So we'll do that video series that I just said in the beginning of this presentation or in the beginning of this call, plus the video that's compliant with Amazon's terms. We can do it all now.
Yep, exactly. So just to recap, firstly, we can send you the summary of this call with all the information that Chris mentioned before. That's one. The second value is you get your 30% off on your optimizations, first come, first serve. And we can help you now out with video and photo content as well. All of that, and you can specify in the email what you want, you can receive by sending that email to hello@judolaunch.com. And let's say, be fast, because we'll be running out maybe even before Friday. So who comes first will be served first. And we're happy to do so because we're just as excited for this quarter as you are. So Chris, really thanks for this. And yeah, I say we can't wait to work with all of you guys. And yeah, again, Chris, thanks for providing all this dense content. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm stoked for you guys to all see success in Q4.
Absolutely. Great. Have a good one. See you guys. Bye, Chris.
All right.